script up before I hit play. Hatito, hello, and in case you don't know, I'm Miah Grace. This is my second channel where I talk about pop culture-y things and whatever's on my mind, and it mostly comes from a costume perspective because I am a costumer, technically. Today we're going to be turning our big beautiful peepers over to Disney TV shows, specifically Shake It Up in the early 2000s, because the way that they dressed their characters was bizarre, to say the least. And in case you don't know, I don't normally dress like this. I'm purposefully dressing like them. Only other TV show that I really remember the fashion from around this time was Ant Farm, which was just Shake It Up fashion but toned down a little bit because they were at a school, and Austin and Ally, and their fashion style can be summed up with just the words neon twee. So I don't really feel like getting into that necessarily. We're going to be looking at the fashion of the show. I am not going to be talking about the costumer and their direction in a mean, direct way, because that makes me really uncomfortable. These people were just doing their jobs, and I don't want to hate on the actors or anyone like that. Any comments that are unnecessarily bizarre are going to be thrown into the void, so bear that in mind, and let's jump into it. Here is the best of Shake It Up fashion, in my opinion. They've limited their color palette. They're in that 3 color range that we talked about last week, and they're really, really strictly sticking to it, which makes all of the bizarre chunky layers and textures make a little bit more sense. Those can pop because everything else is muted a little bit more. The physical pieces that they're wearing are still a little bit dated, but it's not egregious, you know? And honestly, the only textures that are confusing me are Zendaya's top, which I think that might have been a piece of merch that they were trying to advertise just because it has a lot going on. And then Cece's outfit has a solid 4 focal points, and my eyes just really don't know where to rest on her. Honestly, my eyes don't know where to rest on Zendaya's outfit either, so you know, while this is the best that I've been able to find, it's still got the same through lines that the other ones do. This set of looks I have a really hard time believing that a team of professionals put together. I know that they did, and to their credit, I will never forget this promo image. I remember it from when it first launched, because that is just how in your face it is. Cece is in a plaid fedora that matches nothing else in her outfit, and even though she's in basically all neutrals, they still found a way to make it clash. The only pieces that reference each other are the strap on her fedora and the black t-shirt that she's wearing, and those are by far the 2 least noticeable pieces. I'm gonna come back to this, but I think that the stylists may have actually had something against Bella Thorne, because she never looks cute. She always looks cute. She's clearly working it for the camera, but she just never looks cute. What did this child do to deserve the punishment of wearing that hat? That's what I want to know. And this whole outfit simultaneously manages to be busy and boring at the same time, which is actually really impressive in its own right, if I'm being totally honest. Zendaya's actually over here looking pretty cute, but I'm very confused about the sleeveless cardigan that's being pulled on over her vest and t-shirt. That's a lot of bizarre layers, and that's fun to play with. I've played with it in my own fashion. You know, I've been a dancer before. I know that you layer for bizarre reasons sometimes, but that cardigan isn't keeping her arms warm. It's keeping her torso more warm, and her torso is already warm because she's got on a t-shirt, presumably a sports bra, which are actually surprisingly warm whenever you're running around and stuff, and a vest. So her trunk is going to be burning up while her extremities are going to be losing heat, and your extremities are what you want to keep warm after you've done your warm-up. So that's fine. The show is actually really nice, and I love the way that they incorporated the pinks from her shirt into her jeans with those little hearts. It's actually really cute. And just to prove that these themes are across the board, I'm going to break down one more image with textures and colors that just don't really have any function or go together. I love texture. Truly I do. And I also really like playing with pattern. What in the hot hecky decky is going on here? got Zendaya in a cropped denim jacket, which I remember those being literally everywhere. I even had one that I got from Kohl's. She's wearing a purple tank top, which does not match the purple belt that she's wearing with the skirt that also has a different shade of purple in it and is a very loud pattern. Now she's got these patterned tights underneath, which, you know, they're cute. I'll give her that. They're actually really cute. I would wear those tights today. And then the shoes are just kind of, hello, baby. I think those shoes are Skechers. I'm wondering if there wasn't like some kind of sneaker deal going on here. And then on the other side, we've got Cece, and she's, you know, she's got, is that only one glove or is that two? She's got two gloves, you know, thankfully they let our girl have two gloves. She's not missing one, which happens all the time. She's got a cute little like crop top kind of deal with a tank top underneath, which, like, yes, please, dress really cute, but, you know, cover up her body. She is literally a child. We love to see it. But then, like, the vest shrug thing that they have pulled on over that doesn't make a whole lot of sense because, again, we've got a bare arm but a warm trunk, and she's out here dancing, so that doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me, just from a practicality perspective. Her shoes, I think, might have a little bit of a heel to them? Or are these dance shoes? Are these dance shoes? I don't know. I think those might be booties. I thought they were sneakers at first. It's hard to tell. The image is a little blurry. Sorry, guys. But yeah, it's not horrible, you know, but it's still a lot. This image is actually linked to an article praising the fashion of the show that I really wanted to, like, read and share some of the snippets of, but unfortunately it is behind a paywall, so A, I couldn't like ethically really share snippets of it, and B, I'm not gonna pay $5 just to access one article from like an Iowa-based news source. I just don't care enough about Iowa to do that. I'm sorry, Iowa! And I'm sorry, Bruce R. Miller, that I will never know what you had to say about Shake It Up and the fashion therein. He's the only one brave enough to write an opinion piece on the fashion in this show, and I really want to know what he had to say, because from the 2 sentences I was able to glean, it seemed to be a very positive article. Just imagine sitting in the office for like a professional journalism company and like writing about Shake It Up. Iconic. Motivated by the disappointment of knowing that I would never know what he had to say, I went and searched out to see if I could find any like remaining fan opinions and like what the children that were watching the show were doing on the internet at the time. And I actually did find a really interesting set of posts on fandom.com. And a lot of people actually really resonated with the style at the time in the target demographic. I know that I didn't when I was a kid. I thought it was ugly as all get out, but I was also a super cynical kid, so bear that with a grain of salt. There was also a lot of like really cringy fan fiction in there, and I did read chunks of it, and that's just in my head now, and I have been changed forever because of it. Anyways, back to the fashion. These little teeny boppers were making like steal her look posts, and like let me like look at that. That's cute. That's cute. They're trying. These little steal her look posts are like baby's first fashion inspo. The show set out to like give people a passion for fashion, and I think it looks like they succeeded. Yes, hello, baby. I don't think you should be eating that, actually. Finding these fan pop posts made by actual teeny boppers who were feeling inspired and encouraged by the show to try out like fashion looks for their own kind of made me feel like a little bit of a monster for ripping on a hardworking fashion team and 2 actual children who were dressing much nicer than I was at the time. Seriously, during this same era, I looked like a greasy gas station attendant. And I still do. But circling back to the point of the video, I don't have an answer for why the fashion on Shake It Up was so bad, but I do have a couple of theories. Firstly, I think I already kind of touched on this, but I think that they were dressing the girls kind of in such a way that if you were inspired by them, if you tried to do it, you couldn't fail. And you could probably achieve the fashionable looks that they had with pieces that you already owned just by putting them on in different ways, which given the fact that we were still kind of recovering from a recession at the time, kids probably didn't have expendable income to be going out and buying whole new looks inspired by Cece and Rocky. They probably could go into their closet and layer a bunch of shirts on top of each other and have a whole new shirt and feel super proud of themselves and love what they've just done, which I do remember my friends and I doing quite often back in the day, actually. And it's kind of one of those things where, like, it's done so badly that you're not gonna fail. Like, the bar is pretty low here. So a child trying to replicate it is going to be able to. And I think that might be part of what they were going for. But I think that it's also possible that one of the executives at Disney suggested that having a child wear their entire closet at once and using that as fashion inspo might be a good way to get children to buy more of the Disney clothes. Like, if they suggested, like, you need to wear at least 30 accessories at once, then, like, kids would be like, yes, I do need to wear 30 accessories at once, and oh my goodness, I don't have nearly enough accessories. That's a possibility, I think. I also have a complete conspiracy that I promised I would get back to about how Cece always has the worst outfit. I think it's possible that all of these bad outfits were part of Disney's plot to pit the two girls against each other so they could exploit the drama, because that is a real thing that both actors have touched on, and it's super messed up that the executives at Disney thought to do that to two literal children. But if I were to try to stir up drama between two teen girls, giving one of them a bad outfit and always dressing the other one slightly better would be a really good way to seed some jealousy. Now, I'm not saying that that's what they did, because obviously I have no idea, but given what we do know from what the actors have said, it would not shock me at all. And poor Cece is dressed like the costumers hated her. The poor girl. And the other thing is, because I'm nosy and don't know when to stop researching, I found a bunch of her headshots from before she had taken the Shake It Up job, whenever she was applying for acting roles, like, to start out with, and they're really good. She's styled well. So clearly the girl knows how to dress herself, and clearly her managerial team knows how to advocate for getting her into a good outfit. So I don't think that it's like a situation where Zendaya's mom was just really good at, like, putting her foot down and being like, you cannot put my daughter on film looking like that. That's horrible. Put her back in the room and do it again. I don't think that's what's going on, because I think that Bella Thorne would also have had someone to advocate for her to get her into a nice outfit. I've spent way too much time thinking about this, if you can't tell. It's also possible that I just have some kind of weird bias for thinking that Zendaya's outfits look better, because Rocky's character was like the first person on television that looked remotely like me, even though she's black and I am not. But the curly hair, the dark skin, the dark eyes, super tall and super gangly. Like, people said that we looked alike, and it was the first time that someone said that I looked like a character on a television show, let alone a Disney show, and it wasn't like literally Pocahontas or like one of the monsters or something. So I kind of liked that. So it's possible that that has biased me completely, and now I just think that this woman can do no wrong. That's possible. Who knows? But whatever the reason was behind these wild fashion choices, they were wild fashion choices. Completely unforgettable though, because I'm here 10 years later ranting about them completely unprompted. So good job, guys. If you liked this video, be sure to like it so that more people like you can see it. And if you would like to super support the channel, you can always buy me a Ko-fi. I use my Ko-fis to reimburse myself for all of the expenses, both running this channel and my other channel, and manufacturing sewing patterns that fit a wide variety of bodies. And as soon as I break even, I'm going to be launching a free sewing pattern. Anyways, bye friends! Just kidding. I found an explicit fan fiction, and I'm not gonna read you the whole thing because I would get banned off of YouTube, and it's also super icky feeling because it was written by a child about a child character, but I'm just gonna read you the opening because it is hilarious, okay? This is Cece speaking about, was it Gunther? Yeah. No, not Gunther. This one's Ty. I did find a lot of Cece x Gunther though. Dear Diary, today is like any other day. Wake up, brush teeth, shower, get ready for school, and do hair to look nice and neat. Go to school and learn, come home. But on this particular day of February 11th specifically, I lost my cookie, my only cookie. Okay, baby, you gotta stop moving. You gotta stop moving. Your toenails are so loud. You're doing little clicky clackies. You gotta stop. Okay. But circling back to the point of the video. Kenya, no thank you. You're being too loud, dude. Excuse you. No, can you bring that here? Can I see that? Can I please have the cough drop? Cough drops are not for puppies. Nope, we're gonna drop that. We're gonna, yep, not for you. I'm sorry, baby. I'm sorry, bye-bye. I don't want you getting sick. We don't want a sick puppy. No, we don't want a sick puppy. Okay. Please remove your anus from my laptop. And I'm sorry, Bruce R. Miller, that I will never know what you had to say about... Kenya, can you stop walking around?